Hi, good evening, guys. It's a rainy Monday night here in Manila, and I'm just stuck somewhere and not yet home. So I'm just buying some time before I go home. So, what we're going to do now is we're going to review some stocks and let's see how the market went for the day. Okay. So if you have some comments or if you have some stocks you want us to review, just go ahead drop a comment and we can check those out for you. Okay. So far we have five visitors now. Good evening, guys. Okay, I think we can start. So let's talk about the index. So there was massive selling today. I think this marked around a, let me check. The market dropped by, wow, 2.58% just in one day. So I'm thinking because it broke the MA20 line. So as you can see here, the red line is the MA20 line. So this is not a good sign because when it breaks the MA20 line, so there is a big chance that potentially in the coming days, we are still going to go a downward, or we are going to experience some downward movement in the market. So if you are to look at, when was this? What date was this? May 6th. May 6th, it broke the MA20 line. So the following day, we have witnessed another red candlestick. Okay, so potentially this can happen again in we're looking at the weekly chart. I'm sorry, but still the same story. If you see that the lower Bollinger Band is triggered on this day, potentially in the coming days, we are still going to experience the same movement, downward trend. So when we talk about the index, it's like a basket. There are like 30 blue chip companies that comprise the index. And one thing I can say is that most of the blue chip companies have experienced the same movement in today's market. To name one in particular, notice what happens to JFC. JFC dipped by 4.33% today. So we are looking at another red day tomorrow. So let's see if the price stabilizes and creates a support around 239, in the 239 area. So I created the line here. If, let's say tomorrow it reaches that area and then the next day the price opens around that area, that would mean we are now confirming a support. But if it breaks that imaginary line for our support, then potentially we will experience some more downward movement for this stock. Okay, let's check MBT. MBT has the same story. Again, this is part of the index, and it dipped by 3.43% just for today. So let's see if it breaks the 71.37 area, because I marked this area as a support because of this. There were 6 times the price landed at that area. So if you have not entered in the stock yet, try to haggle some more because there is a big chance that it will dip further. Now, if you have already entered in the stock, let's say at around 78 area, this stock is really good for long-term investments, so nothing to worry. All you have to do, take advantage of the market, take advantage of the price that it is now on sale. It's so cheap at this level. So if you are to expand the chart on a weekly time frame, we are in fact at a very cheap price. You know why? Because at one point, back in 2018, it even reached 109.43 per share. Okay, so let's check. We now have 20 visitors. Good evening, guys. Good evening, Cram. Redmar, I hope you were able to hear my insights about JFC. What happened to JFC, especially the earnings? So if you're using Investograms, one thing good about this tool is that for every stock that you look at, there are different sections here where you can check the news for every stock. So let us say for JFC, so we are now in JFC and you can check the news. Okay, do you see the frame? There you go. So try to read the news that are updated, that are featured for any stock that you're looking into, because at the moment I didn't have the time to really read the news, but overall my interpretation or my insights about JFC, this is a very established company, so nothing to worry. It's just that potentially whatever movement we have in the Philippine stock market, this can also be influenced by the, what's happening in the international scene. So go ahead and read the news. I will not give everything to you, but this insight or these insights that I'm giving you are purely based on what I see on the chart. Okay, but the JFC, in case if it goes further down, just accumulate volume, because eventually this price will go back up. Okay, Dexter, good evening. Okay, John, let's look at TUGS for John. TUGS. Okay, so we're looking at the weekly chart here, John. But right away I can say that not a good sign. It can still go further down, and I am correct. It triggered the lower Bollinger Band. Okay, I want to, where's my, okay, see this? It triggered the lower Bollinger Band. Now, I'm thinking that in the coming days, it might go like further downwards, but not dramatically downwards, because we are already in the oversold area. So it might create, okay, it might. So again, we cannot really 100% forecast the market, okay? We cannot predict 100% what the market does for the day, but given the signs that we have right now, we are already in the oversold area. Okay, so let's try to look at the weekly chart and see where the next support is. So the next line of support might be in this area. Okay, still really low, because we have seen the price landed in this area multiple times. So there's a big chance that this price could even reach as low as 1.52. So if you have some, if you're interested in entering this stock, wait for that stock to reach near the 1.52 area and observe what happens right after that. Okay, next. Rhea, good evening. Is there any adverse effect about their aggressiveness on their expansion? It's a double-edged sword for me. But if they're able to apply, if let's say their system this is for JFC, if they are able to manage JFC really well and they have a tested and proven methodology in running the business, I think it's easy. They can just apply the same method in all the businesses they engage in, and if JFC or Jollibee worked, they can revive whatever businesses that they engage in. For instance, I know they bought Coffee Bean, and Coffee Bean has been losing for the past 2 years. And if they get to apply the method they used in Jollibee and Coffee Bean, I'm positive that they can revive all these businesses, that let's say the non-profitable businesses that they've acquired. Actually, it's going to be my personal take is it is wise for Jollibee to purchase these companies at this state right now, because that would mean they are able to acquire these companies at a reasonable price, because of the challenges that these companies are at when the time they purchased it. Larry, good PM from Israel. John, good evening. Thank you po. You're welcome. What can you say about X? Let's see. What do we have here for X? X. Okay. So we're now in the support area for X. Very, very small movements. Okay. Oops. Yeah. Small movements for X. So let's just wait for um, what do you call that? Great news or whatever catalyst that might come in the coming days. I have no idea yet on what projects they have recently. But looking at the chart right now, we are already in the support area for X. But let's just cross our fingers. I hope they don't break the 1.02 area. Otherwise, we can say that the downtrend is not yet done. So the condition is the price has to start above 1.03 tomorrow, and all the movements should happen above it to confirm that, okay, we're about to reach the bounce for this stock. Okay. Ryan, give me, ma'am, can I get some insights of your TA on STR? STR, STR. So what's interesting with STR is that we still have to observe this because here's the story. Last Friday, it triggered the lower Bollinger Band, meaning the price ended outside the lower Bollinger Band. And when we see that, normally the next few days, the downward trend, the downward trend will continue. But what happened this was Thursday, this was Friday. Last Friday, we have an engulfing candle, meaning if you see that when this candle is bigger than the previous candle and it's bigger or it ends higher than the previous days, that's what we call an engulfing candle. But in today's market, looks like we're forming a mini, resistance in this area. So if you want to get in this stock, wait for a possible bounce in the 5.92 area. So I have a feeling tomorrow this can still go down. And if the price bounces at around 5.92 area, so that would mean it is creating a support around that area, but I have a feeling it might still go down. So observe the 5.92 area. Okay, let's look at the weekly for this. Same story. So we might experience some more downward movement for this stock. Okay, so if you can stay away for a while, find a different stock to engage in, please do so. Okay. ISM. Guys, I might not have a long live session today because I'm not yet home and it's already 8:59. I'm just waiting for the rain to stop. Okay. Let's see if I can reach home by 10 o'clock and continue my analysis for the remaining stocks that we have here. Okay, so maybe this is the last two, ISM and one more, and then we're good to go. Right, ISM might still dip. Looking at the weekly chart, we might experience some more downward movement for this stock. Okay, here around 490 area. Okay. Yes, the downward trend is not yet done for this stock, so possible. If you can still wait, enter around 490 area. This stock is good for long term, but there are a lot of traders who are trading this stock. That's why we cannot really see bullish momentum in this stock, because the moment we see a green right away, people tend to take profit. Next is web. Web. Oh, web broke the MA20 line. So we might experience some more red days for web. Okay, so if you want to enter in this stock, please wait. Let's see if it forms a support in this area. This used to be the resistance. Let's see if it will create a support around here. Okay, 370. The condition is it should not break 370. If you enter around 370 and if you're in it as a trader, make sure you set your stop loss and follow your rules. If your risk tolerance is around 3 to 5%, exit the trade around 3 to 5% below your entry price. And if you're in it as an investor, if it dips some more, then just add some more shares so that you can accumulate. Okay, so that's it for tonight, guys. It's 9:02 and I think I'm going home now. Okay, see you later. I hope, if you're still awake, if you still have the energy, see you later when I reach home, maybe around 11 o'clock in the evening. Bye-bye for now. Thank you. Thank you for joining me tonight. Bye.